How you guys doing? My name is Jeff Broom, one of the individuals involved with Tishinoni International, an independent product consultant. Have had some success in the business, hit some positions, made a few dollars, but that pales into comparison by what this gentleman right here on my left has done in the business. This gentleman is a career achiever. He's been a black pearl. He's done everything, everything in the business this gentleman has done. In fact, not only is he a career achiever, which are individuals that have made $1 million, but this gentleman right here to my left has made over $3 million in hard-earned, unadulterated cash in this business. So I just want to get some thoughts and you guys hear from some individuals who understand how real this opportunity is and hear from some real people. So this is Mr. Byrd out of the Atlanta, Georgia market. I have a tremendous amount of respect for him. When I first saw him in the business, extremely impressed by his business acumen, what he brought to the table, and just very serious and dedicated to moving this agenda ahead. But certainly you guys don't want to hear from me. This is a gentleman right here that I have a tremendous amount of respect for. So this is Mr. Byrd. And Barry, what I first wanted to ask you is, this network marketing industry we're involved in, what are your thoughts in it and why do you believe so strongly in the industry of network marketing?
That's a really easy answer for me.
Okay.
I believe that companies like Tishinoni are what I've lately coined to be legacy companies, right? And by legacy company, I mean a company that you can literally pass down to generations, right?
I like that.
You can't leave your job to your family.
No way.
I mean, a lot of people know my story. You can Google me, you'll find my story, right?
That's right.
My daughter is a special needs child, and I realized that she may or may not be able to support herself as she gets older.
Okay.
So I was looking for something that I could give her that would take care of her when I wasn't here.
Smart man.
And it couldn't be a job.
This is true.
If I could give her a job, she wouldn't want to know it.
How about
they
that?
hear us fussing and cussing about work.
How about
they
that?
They be like, leave me the house.
Indeed. I'm with you.
So I'm looking, there are not that many companies that are what I consider legacy companies. These pop-up, fly-by-night, companies that are around 5-10 years. Well, Jasmine's 9. Jasmine's probably going to need a company when she's 19, 20, 21.
How about that?
I may be, in her 50s when I may or may not be here,
Right.
The way I'm drinking Noni, I may be here.
Absolutely.
But I know that Noni will be here 50 years from now. Noni will be here for her children.
Right.
And I hear a lot of people say, they talk like this, but I don't see them taking the action to support that belief. So when it came, I've been offered hundreds of thousands of dollars to leave Tishinoni.
Well sought after, yes.
But the thing is, I said, what I'm going to do, I'm supposed to sit here and say that, hey, your company is the one that made all Jasmine's dreams come true. It wasn't.
How about that?
I could never back down on that. That was my initial plan. That's my plan now. That's my plan for the entire time that I'll be here.
Why do you think that some people, very well educated, I know you're very well educated, right? Engineering background or
I don't talk about it, but I have, I did really well in school.
Okay.
I got dual degrees, computer science, industrial engineering from Georgia Tech. I was a
Okay.
pilot in the Navy. I got a whole resume that looks great to the corporate America.
Right.
And I don't even talk about it because I was broke then. I sell juice. I got a Lamborghini and a Bentley. So those titles don't mean nothing to me.
Right.
And what you said, I'll be debt free completely by the end of this year because I'm literally buying a house cash right now.
I like that.
And a lot of people think that's crazy, but in this market,
yes.
$300,000 gets you like a $500,000, $250,000 home in Atlanta, right?
Small move.
So I don't think people are thinking that term. They're thinking long term like that. They're trying to get from this month to the next month, and with that mindset, that they'll always be stuck there. And when you gather around the people that you see in that room, it causes you to raise your level of thinking, your level of belief. I didn't for 1 minute dream that I would be living the way that I was on the beach today, Jeff, just reflecting about my life, looking at all these people that were on the beach, and they knew they had to run back to work Monday. And I literally could make a phone call and say, well, I'm gonna stay down here another month or 2, and know that I could actually do it.
And the check keeps coming.
Right, but my life is like a vacation. So this is a hassle for me coming down, and my life is like a vacation.
Your life's like a vacation.
And this business did that.
What is it you think that a lot of individuals, they don't appreciate, they don't understand about the industry? Because we build teams,
right,
which builds distribution, which is network marketing.
This is my belief.
Yes, sir.
It's their condition.
Okay.
They've been conditioned from the day they were born to, hey, get a good job, get a good education. I can see it right now in my family. I got nieces, Jeff. I got nieces that have never got B's. They've only got A's.
Okay.
I got 3 of them.
Really?
I got some brilliant nieces, and And their mothers and are telling them the same thing. Hey, get out, get a good job. I mean, I know they're not going to be happy with that.
Right.
Now, I'm the uncle that they come over to my house and they go in the movie theater in the game room and I tell them, I say, listen, none of this had a lot to do with my education. It had to do with my desire.
Absolutely.
See, we don't live in a world of need. Need is Ethiopia. They need some food over there.
Okay.
We live in a world of want.
Right.
So don't let nobody talk you out of any dream that you believe, even though they may not be able to. I had one of my neighbors say to me, I don't see the logic in why you got all these cars. I said, well, when we had that gas crunch, guess what? I just drove a car till it ran out of gas. I was on car number 4 before the gas thing was back. But seriously, I think what she was doing is she was looking at my stuff, but she was thinking about her bank account.
Ooh. Okay.
And I told her, I said, you got to look at my bank account and you'll see that I'm living below my means.
It's all relative.
Because all of these are paid for.
How about
Because none of these are new. They just new to me. They came from the auction.
Right.
So just because you make a lot of money, that doesn't mean you go out. Everything I get comes from an outlet or I just buy in bulk. I might go in there and get like a
millionaire next door.
I'm serious. I'm serious.
Right. Exactly.
My suits, man, I got a guy that makes them for me because
Right.
I've done some favors for him, you know.
Right. Absolutely.
And we got to get out of this mindset of you want to be able to ball, but on a budget. You know, a lot of people ain't balling on the budget, which is why a lot of people are in a lot of trouble. And so anyway, I think that that conditioning,
yes,
where and then it's a trap that you're in. You may not know it, right? But major universities get their funding from endowments through corporations. Why? Because what are corporations looking for major universities? They're looking for worker bees. So you bring us worker bees, we give you more money so you can produce more worker bees. And they don't really want us out of that system.
Not at all.
You got to break out of that system. You don't see them teaching entrepreneurship 101 or billionaire, millionaire, 202. I bet you know how to answer them resume questions. When you get interviewed, I bet you know how to answer them interview questions. Because they practice those. They don't practice how to be well questioned.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times, Jeff, they don't even know they're in the system. They don't even know they're trapped. And then they look at us like we crazy because we decided to step out of it.
How about that? Oh yeah.
We're the 3%ers.
Well, I don't know if the government wants everybody wealthy. Sometimes they want dependent people.
They do.
Yeah.
You ever heard of the Bankers Manifesto?
Educate.
I'm not gonna say it on tape. You Google the Bankers Manifesto.
Okay. Bankers
Manifesto.
Manifesto.
Where a group of bankers got together and said, hey, we got to keep these guys in debt. We got to keep their interest rates high.
Okay.
We got to keep them always dependent on us. And they met down in Jekyll's Island.
Okay.
And they came up with this whole plot years and years and years ago.
Zeitgeist. Google that one too.
Yeah, that's right. I got that.
Okay.
I got that. And people don't. Oh no, that's not real.
Right.
Because it sounds too grandiose. It sounds too, they always think, well, the government would allow that to happen. Who do you think perpetrating a lot of this? I'm not gonna get all political. Who do you think perpetrating all of this stuff?
Well, they supposedly in control.
I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you Byrd's plan, if you want to know.
What's your plan? Give me the next 3 to 5 years.
3 to 5. I give you 300 to 400 years.
Okay.
I got 400 and 500 year goals.
Okay.
Because I'm looking way, way down the line. I know people saying you ain't gonna be here that long, but yeah, that's that short-term thinking. I bet Ford's were thinking hundreds of years down the line. I bet Bill Gates is thinking hundreds of years. I mean, why can't you?
Absolutely.
My goal is this. The MAD team is a great example. You can be the architect of a team like the MAD team, or you can sponsor 10 MAD teams. I found out that for me, I'm a very good supplier of needs. I know I'll never have the wherewithal to talk as eloquently as V does. But in this business, you don't have to have that kind of skill. You just have to know some V's. So there's no excuse. You either can be like V or you can know some V's. Either way, you can get wealthy. So what I decided was I like to put myself in a position, like a lot of people ask me, well, Barry, why are you not speaking this week? We love to hear you speak. I'm tired of speaking because that'll always keep you at a certain level. But when you got 20 or 30 people on your team that got the limelight, and then 5 years from now, when they got 20 or 30 people, you're making so much money, you never hear it from Ken Rowe.
Absolutely.
Do you? Did you hear from me?
Not at all.
That man made like $20 million.
Absolutely.
I want to be like Ken Rowe. I want to be the $20 million guy sitting down there just, give it up for him.
Exactly. Indeed.
Because that rock star mentality sometimes has a bad effect on people.
Okay.
I saw it happen with some of my old partners. When that money hit and they just lost their minds.
Right.
And it affected me for a little while. But I had something to ground me. My daughter grounded me.
Right.
My daughter's needs superseded mine. When I saw myself doing things that jeopardize her future,
Right.
it caused me to cut that stuff off
Understood.
and get back on my plan.
Gotcha.
And my plan is one that works because the proof is that we're here.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have heard it. This is a multi-millionaire through our operation, Mr. Barry Byrd. My partners and I from the MAD team, we do owe a lot to him and a lot of leadership and things they were able to put in place, and always been there support system for us. And as he said, it's about pulling some other people up and making it happen. So
I want to add, if it's okay,
absolutely,
that if you're watching this and you're considering being a part of the MAD team, what you need to know that you have at your disposal, right? I love how the MAD team shelters what they've created, because there are a lot of people out there trying to tear down good. Whether you know it or not, there is a battle of good versus evil, whether people want to acknowledge it or not. And I see the MAD team as a group that's empowering themselves to have a lot of good to combat evil. Evil disguises itself in the shape of a job. Let me tell it right. And the way that they protect what they created and the way that they nurture what they created, you couldn't pick a better group of people to work with. I feel blessed. A lot of people don't know. I think MAD team, I think R&B is on like my 8th or 9th level. I mean,
right. We are on his team.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Most of the volume I never even see. I don't care. I've never cared about that. If you really believe that you reap what you sow, then you don't just sow where you think you're going to reap. God just said sow. You don't know how it's going to come back. So I've always been that way. I got documents in Japan, and people come back showing me stuff. You ever seen this before? I'm like, yeah, I made that, right? And you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because we got this thing called the infinity bonus.
Absolutely.
Once you understand the power of the infinity bonus,
a whole lot of levels involved with that.
But guess what? You get paid from all over the world.
Yes, sir.
So you get paid from all over the world. So you want to. The MAD team serves as a beacon to help a lot of portions of the world that don't really understand what they need to do. They see the MAD team, they see that energy, it gets them excited. They want to take that back, and they want to recreate that.
Absolutely.
So in essence, by you guys doing what y'all doing, y'all really helping everybody.
Hey, well, I appreciate this gentleman right here for blazing the trail and helping us get to where we want to go. Everybody, like you said, sometimes you give, and just as a beacon of light for people to take a look at. You might not even know how much people respect you. They just see you, you just see them, but obviously you've been a cornerstone for us and something that we've always admired and evolved in our opportunity as well. So you guys have heard from myself. This is career achiever, Mr. Barry Byrd. I have a tremendous amount of respect for him, what he's been able to do, stable in our company, not going anywhere, and we're going to make some money for a very, very long time. Very quickly, just give them a rundown, some of the places you traveled to. if I give you 30 seconds, just tell them some of the places you traveled to.
God, dog. Okay.
You got 30 seconds.
Okay, Japan, Korea, London, Tahiti 2 or 3 times, Switzerland, Monte Carlo, the Bahamas, Hawaii, big islands, small islands, island in between the islands, all over the United States, all over Canada. I mean, I got multiple residences now. I got 3 homes.
Awesome.
My life, I'm telling you, my life is like a dream, and it ain't what people. It ain't as hard as people think it is. It's that the fact that they won't even give it a try.
How about that?
They won't even give it a try. They won't even see what could happen. So that's 30 seconds, I guess.
Indeed. I appreciate that. You guys have a good one. We're going to talk to you a little bit later. Thanks a lot.